Good morning, agents, and welcome to another daily episode Targeted Loot today for October 12th. The series that shows you the Targeted Loot map, farming tips and tricks, vendor reset highlights, and much more. I'm Agent Shadow, and if you enjoy my content, please consider smashing the subscribe and like buttons below and share it with your friends. In the pinned comment, there are links to join my Discord and clan, and links to support my channel, like becoming a member and more, which you can hear more about at the end of the video. Let's get started with the Dark Zones first, and the highlights from the vendors, then DC, and then finally New York City Target Loot highlights last. Alright guys, so starting off with the Dark Zones, we got DZ West, which has China Light. Nothing that's a DZ exclusive, but there is the Rock and Roll Shotgun, which I did actually pick up the other day. What you want to do is just grab this one right here. It rolls like this. You want to max out the damage to armor, and it gives you perfectly extra plus 50% magazine capacity. And look at the RPM. This is a fully automatic shotgun. Alright, agents, over here in DZ South, we got Murakami Industries as the targeted loot for today. So that's the Emperor's Guard with 1% armor regen baked into it. That's definitely worth farming for. And then at the DZ South vendor, we do have the Rail Splitter with perfectly accurate, which I'll show you again right here, is another amazing weapon that is definitely worth picking up. Just roll 10% damage to targets out of cover on the third attribute, and it comes with perfectly accurate, which gives you an extra 50% accuracy. And then finally, Aralda Holdings over here in DZ East. Nothing really worth farming for that's a DZ exclusive, since I don't believe there is one. But remember, named items at these DZ vendors always cost 152 DZ resources. To get DZ resources, you have to deconstruct the loot in your contaminated bag and then extract them. Otherwise, you'll just extract marked as junk loot. Alright, let's go check out the Northside highlights. Alright, agents, Northside highlights. So first off, we got Douglas and Harding at Camp White Oak. So that means you can get the Punch Drunk Mask that has 20% headshot damage baked into the third attribute on it. It's always worth getting if you run it with dodge to the holster, or you can run it with a perfect headhunter build. Murakami at the ballpark for that extra 10% skill duration, and Badger Tough at the amusement park. You can get the Zero F's chest piece with perfectly unbreakable. It actually goes great paired with Hunter's Fury and a shotgun, or one of my shotgun builds that I'll put in the top right card right now. Skill attachments at Manny National Zoo is not usually worth running at all. It's just kind of what you pick up along the way for skill attachments. And then Kenley College is available for another 18 hours, so today it'll be over by the end of today. And then finally, we got LMGs at the Summit. So this is actually really worth farming. You can farm it on Legendary or Heroic. You can get the exotic Pestilence or the exotic Bullet King, or one of the named LMGs like the Sleipner, which you can craft at the White House, the Carnage, Good Times with Perfect Fast Hands, and the new Reliable. There's all sorts of named LMGs in this game, and there's quite a bit that's worth actually getting. Anyway, let's go check out what we have on the west side highlights. Alright, agents, we're over here on the west side of DC. Targeted loot highlights for today would be Petrov at Federal Emergency Bunker. You can get the Contractor's Gloves, which gives you 8% damage to armor baked into it. You don't have to run this, all the time, usually like Fox's Pair of knee pads, but if you're running an LMG build, always be running Contractor's Gloves for sure. We got Hana Yu at DCD headquarters, so if you want to get the Force Multiplier backpack with perfect combined arms, that's an extra 30% skill damage every 3 seconds that you land a hit on an enemy, so definitely worth getting, especially on a turret drone build that I'll put in the top right card. Overlord at Constitutional Hall, so of course that's the Fox's Pair of knee pads. You could farm those to get 8% damage to targets out of cover. That is multiplicative damage, the best damage in this game, paired with 10% from, your assault rifle or LMG or whatever weapon you're running. That's an extra 18% damage to targets out of cover. That's always worth having on your build. Providence Defense at the Potomac Event Center. You can get the Sacrifice of Perfect Glass Cannon, or if you just need a better roll, you could farm this on Heroic today for sure. Alright, and then the legendary loot for today, we got submachine guns at Roosevelt Island, we got Sokolov at DUA, and Alps Summit at Capitol Building. I think 2, maybe even 3 of all of these are worth farming today for sure. So for submachine guns, you could run on Heroic or Challenging if you want to get the exotic, Lady Death or Chatterbox. if you want to get a good Vector variant or MPX, which are the best SMGs in the game, I would run it on Legendary probably if you can, or Heroic if you can't. And then of course you can get the Safety Distance with Perfect Outsider on it and Swap Chain. Those are the two SMGs you can get in the Light Zone. The Dark Winter and the Apartment are unavailable in the LZ. You can only get them in the Dark Zones. They're DZ exclusives. But yeah, they're worth getting too. I'll let you guys know when SMG targeted loot pops up for sure. We got chest pieces at Lincoln Memorial. So if you want that tardigrade exotic chest armor, today's a perfect day to get it because it's a True Sons mission and it's Lincoln Memorial of all True Sun missions. The easiest, fastest, 3 bosses at the end. I can clear this in like 8 minutes solo. We got gear sets at West Potomac Park, so anything with System Corruption, which is a DZ exclusive, or Foundry Bulwark and Future Initiative chest and backpack pieces, those are still exclusive to the Iron Horse raid. And then finally we got holsters at the Pentagon, so that's the Imperial Dynasty holster and the Forge holster, which gives you an extra 50% shield health, so that's a whole extra skill tier worth of shield health. And then Aralda holdings at DARPA. I always run my headshot build as 1-piece Chain Killer, Perfect Headhunter, which is Walker Harrison Co. 2 pieces Aralda, which one of them is a backpack with Vigilance or Composure. And then of course 3 pieces Aces and 8s. Alright guys, let's go check out what we got on the East Side Target Loot highlights. Alright agents, we're over here on the East Side Target Loot highlights. So first off, we got Sokolov at DUA. Now if you're looking for either it's a good chest or backpack piece that's all reds, which is usually what you want from a Sokolov piece, you know, weapon damage, crit hit, chance and damage, I would run this on Legendary if you can and if you have the time. Otherwise, of course, you can run it on Heroic. It is a fast mission to complete. We also got double targeted loot for light machine guns today, so you can run downtown east. Of course, there's like 4 control points here to farm if you don't want to farm the summit, but I recommend the summit on Legendary. Or if you have want to get the exotic pestilence or Bullet King, you just run it on challenging usually. Knee pads at Jefferson Trade Center, so you can get the Sawyer's knee pads, Fox's Prayer, and of course the Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads. Those are no longer DZ exclusive. Those are definitely all worth getting as well. And then Bellstone at American History Museum, you can get the everyday carrier with Perfectly Efficient, or you can be rewarded the Liquid Engineer backpack with Perfect Bloodsucker, but that's still something that has to be rewarded. It won't drop from an NPC. We got Alp Summit at Capitol Building. You can get that Percussive Maintenance backpack with Perfect Tech Support, or what I would get is a chest piece with Empathetic Resolve for a healer build. Otherwise, I don't use Alp Summit. We got shotguns at Space Admin, so Sweet Dreams exotic shotgun. You can also get the new Mop, the new named weapon with 10% armor on kill baked into it, or one of the top tier shotguns besides the Mop, which is the Marine Super 90 and the custom M870. Finally, we got rifles at Jefferson Plaza, so Diamondback and Merciless are the exotics that you want to get from that. And then the top tier rifles would be an classic M1A or an MK17. That's pretty much it though. You can get an M1A CQB, those are really good. The best damage talents on them are Boomerang, Ranger, and Rifleman. Or you can get the Baker's Dozen named Classic M1A. It's good for console players. So let's go check out New York City Targeted Loot highlights and I'll let you guys go. Alright, agents, New York City Targeted Loot highlights. Starting off with the Tombs, we got gloves, so that's BTSU gloves and Contractor's gloves, but I would farm Petrov for those. We got double targeted loot for Badger Tough and chest pieces, but we do have masks at Liberty Island, so that's the Coyotes mask, the Vile mask, and the Punch Drunk mask. But I would farm the Punch Drunk mask from Douglas and Harding, so it narrows it down to just that mask. Walker Harrison Co. at Wall Street, you can get the Chain Killer Perfect Headhunter chest piece, or you can get the Matador from Targeted Loot Rewards. Assault rifles at Financial District, so you can go ahead and get the exotic Chameleon, all the named ARs like the Maniac and the Burnout, or also the Mechanical Animal. There's a lot of the named ARs, and then you can get a top tier one like the FAMAS Military AKM, Carbine 7, Police M4, and G36s. And finally, we got Seska at 2 Bridges. Anytime you need that 10% crit hit chance, you want to grab at least one of those. And then Grupo Sombro is great for DPS builds, just 1 piece. If you need it for explosive skill damage build, you need 2 pieces of Grupo Sombro. with pretty much all utility roles. Alright agents, well that was the target loot for today. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed my content. If you would like to become a member for support and exclusive perks, click the join button below to further support my dream of being a full-time content creator, or grab some Shadow Gaming merch, support me on all tech like Patreon and Subscribestar. I just put out a bunch of new merchandise. It looks awesome. I think there's probably like 30 different things with my logo on it. I think it's really cool. I picked up a few of them. The cloth mask, and then the coffee mug. They're awesome. Anyway, if you're still watching the video right now to the end, thank you. That is truly the best way to support me and whitelist me on your ad blocker, which is super simple, and I do this for all content creators I enjoy. Anyway, take care agents, and be sure to stay tuned for more daily, dedicated Division 2 content. This is Agent Shadow signing off. I will see you in the next video. Take care agents.